For 4 straight weeks last season, NFL quarterbacks looked at Nohl Williams and refused to throw the ball anywhere near him. A 25% completion rate against him, 2 catches allowed in an entire month, a 39.6 passer rating for any quarterback who dared to test him. PFF had him graded as the best cornerback in all of football. Not just the best rookie, the best period, through the first 4 weeks of his career. And that wasn't some fluke. 2 years ago at Cal, Williams led every cornerback in all of Division I football in interceptions. Quarterbacks already knew exactly who he was before he ever put on a Chiefs uniform. And today, I'm going to show you that Nohl Williams actually did with his limited opportunity as a rookie numbers most of Chiefs Kingdom hasn't seen broken down like this. I'm going to tell you why an outside data-driven organization like the Chiefs just put him in a category most third-round picks never reach. And I'm going to show you exactly why this season is set up to be the one where the rest of the league finds out exactly what quarterbacks already learned the hard way. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what Williams did on the field, because the numbers back up every bit of that early hype. Through those first 4 weeks, PFF had him graded at a 92.3 overall and a 93.7 in coverage. Both numbers led every single corner in the league at that point in the season. Not every rookie, every single corner in football. And he kept building from there. Once he finally got real consistent playing time down the stretch, he produced 23 of his 48 total tackles, his only sack of the year, and 4 of his 7 total passes defended, all in his final 5 games. He saved his best football for exactly when the team needed it most. Final numbers for the season: 457 defensive snaps, 48 tackles, 4 for loss, 7 passes defended, and a sack. A 74.5 overall PFF grade, ranking 14th among 114 cornerbacks in the entire NFL. His coverage grade specifically, 75.6, ranked 12th in the league as a rookie on limited snaps for most of the year. And here's something I told you myself right here on our channel when it was actually happening in the moment. As soon as McDuffie went down and we watched Williams step in against Dallas, against Houston, every single team, every single week down that stretch, I said right here that the injury was the worst thing that could have happened for McDuffie's Kansas City Chiefs career. Why? Because Brett Veach doesn't pay cornerbacks top of market money. He never has. And I watched Williams play lights out at a fraction of the cost while the guy he was replacing was looking for a market-setting deal. I call it then. McDuffie's value to this front office was about to take a hit. Not because he got worse, but because the kid behind him got really, really good at a price nobody could argue with. McDuffie and thought the game was over, but I think Nohl Williams stepped in pretty well, honestly. I thought Nohl Williams played very well yesterday, and if it took a McDuffie injury to get to see him, then so be it. Like, you got to do something to shake it up. Nohl Williams played the most coverage snaps he'd ever played yesterday with 34. And he had to be one of the better rate corners on the he'll be one of the better rate corners on the entire weekend, probably. He only give up 3 catches on 6 targets, and he was pretty much going against Nico Collins all night and only give up 66 yards, and 43 of those was after the catch on 1. And I think he was just the closest one to him on his own play. I don't think McDuffie going out really hurt the team. Like, I know it did. You got to have that. But I think you've seen in the third quarter, if you just have a pass rush, you can have just about anybody you want playing corner. C.J. Stroud didn't even have time to get the ball anywhere. He was just tossing it out of bounds, throwing it 10 miles over a receiver's head because he had somebody up his ass. Pass rush wins games, not corners. And I think that what you've seen without Trent McDuffie last night is a very good indication that you may not need Trent McDuffie going forward, at least for the amount of money he's going to cost. A few months later, McDuffie's on a plane to Los Angeles. You don't rank top 15 in coverage in the NFL as a rookie by complete accident. That's a skill that shows up regardless of opportunity. It's a skill this front office clearly noticed too. But there's one thing about how he earned that opportunity that I have not told you yet. And it's the part of this story I think changes how excited you should be heading into training camp. And I'll get to that in just a minute. But real quick, if you're locked in, hit that like button. It's free and it genuinely helps. Now back to it. So if Williams is this good, Why isn't every Chiefs fan already fully convinced? Well, because talent alone doesn't win an NFL starting job. Competition does. And after losing McDuffie, Watson, and Cook this offseason, the Chiefs didn't hand Williams anything. They built one of the deepest, most unsettled cornerback rooms this team has actually had in years. The headline addition is Mansoor Delane, and the Chiefs didn't just take him, they traded up to grab him, moving into the number 6 overall pick to lock in that consensus best cornerback in this entire draft. That's not a team hoping a corner falls to them. That was a front office going up and getting their guy, and he's not competition that Williams really has to beat out. He's a CB1 rookie. Williams has to be good enough to play alongside him. Then there's L'Jarius Sneed. Kansas City brought him back on a one-year deal after a rough stint in Tennessee, no doubt, trying to prove he's still the player Chiefs Kingdom actually remembers. Christian Fulton, the veteran who finished last season strong, Kader Kohou and Jaden Kennedy both brought in to compete in the slot. That's 5 players with legitimate NFL bodies of work, all fighting for reps in that same room Williams has to anchor. And then there's the long shot tier that could blow this whole competition wide open here in a few weeks. Undrafted free agent Zelmar Vetter, he posted a 9.08 out of a 10 RAS score, ranking 285th out of more than 3,075 corners measured since 1987. That's blue chip athleticism. Bryce Phillips signed a $247,000 guaranteed contract after breaking up 9 passes in his final college season. Neither one is a guaranteed roster spot, but every single year, somebody from this tier makes the 53-man roster and changes everything. Cooper McDonald did exactly that 1 year ago from a tryout linebacker who ended up starting games. This room either pushes Williams to another level or exposes him. There's no in between with this much talent competing for the same exact reps. But here's the thing I told you I was holding on to from the very start of the video. And it's the reason I think this season looks completely different. I'm excited to see the Kansas City Chiefs kick off the 2026 season. And just like you, I'm always looking for the best deal on tickets. Well, look no further. We've partnered with our sponsor today, SeatGeek, to bring you 10% off your next ticket purchase. SeatGeek has over 70,000 events listed from NHL, MLB, and yes, even the NFL. I used SeatGeek one time to get tickets to go watch the Chiefs absolutely demolish the Jets, and it was a great experience. And because I'm a little bit superstitious, I'm always going to remember that, and I'm always going to want to use SeatGeek to go watch the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. And of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code CHIEFEDUP for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code CHIEFEDUP. So make sure you click the link in the description to go download the app and have the code automatically applied to your account so you can use it later. Now back to the show. So here's what I've been holding. 7 interceptions in college, the most in all of Division I football, 0 in the NFL last season. I told you that at the very top, and now I want to tell you exactly why that gap is about to close. So interceptions are a number game built on volume and trust. Williams played most of his rookie as a part-time corner, got almost nothing thrown his way. Were quarterbacks scared of him? I don't know. But he never got the snap count or target volume a full-time starter gets. The ball production a player like Williams generates almost always shows up once he's an established starter, getting tested every single week instead of, actively being avoided. That isn't a talent question. It's a volume question, and for the first time in his career, he's about to get a full season's worth of volume. PFF just confirmed it independently. They named Nohl Williams to their 2026 All-Breakout team, one of only 2 corners in the entire league to make that list. Their exact words, a well-kept secret in 2025. Williams could swiftly become a commonplace name in 2026, and that's PFF. Saying exactly what the tape has already been telling us. Now, the coaching staff here in Kansas City has believed it this entire time. Dave Merritt said it plainly during his rookie camp. He said, quote, he takes coaching, so we love that about him. Steve Spagnuolo has talked openly about studying Williams' college tape and seeing those interception numbers jump off the page before the Chiefs ever even drafted him. This wasn't a guy who got lucky with playing time. This was a coaching staff that identified him, developed him, and built their entire 2026 secondary plan around him being a foundational piece. We even said he was Marcus Peters-esque. Now picture this room if Williams takes the leap PFF is actually projecting. Delane locks down one side as a true CB1 rookie. Williams finally gets the target volume as college production always promised. Snead and Fulton providing some real veteran competition. Cater Kohu and Jaden Kennedy battling in the slot, and maybe a Vetter or a Phillips becoming this year's Coop McDonald story. That's a secondary getting rebuilt through smart value picks and betting on guys who have already shown you exactly who they are. And so here's where I land. The national media is going to keep telling you that this secondary is a question mark, and that's fine. Let them talk. Chiefs Kingdom should already know a little bit better because the tape on Nohl Williams says something completely different than the headlines actually do. He led the country in interceptions just 1 year prior, then proved as a rookie that quarterbacks were too scared to actually find out if he could do it again. That's not a coincidence. That's a corner about to have the season the numbers have been promising us this entire time. So 2 questions before you go. Does Nohl Williams record his first career interception in week 1 or week 2, or will it string out later on into the season? Yes or no? And by the end of 2026, is he going to be a Pro Bowl caliber corner, or is he just going to fade off into nothing? If this video changed how you see this secondary, hit that like button for me. It genuinely helps the channel. And look, if you're thinking the offensive line may be a point of concern, not the corners, then check out this video of Josh Simmons because I just broke down his year 2 incoming breakout season right here.